Therefore, before you go into the lecture, please read what the topic is going to be like. I'm sure you know what the next day's class will be, what the faculty is going to teach. I'm sure you know that. You have a study plan, it's there, you know exactly what is there. So it's best to read a bit before you go to the class. Not because you want to challenge the faculty, but because your understanding of what is being taught will come more naturally to you than when you go into a class and you don't know what the topic is going to be. You just sit there and the faculty is talking and you say, good God, I know nothing about it. What is he talking about? When is the class going to finish? I want to get out. It's too hot. I'm hungry. It's close to lunchtime. Please avoid that at all costs. Look, I hope you don't think I'm trying to lecture you and give you a bhashan, which I'm not. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to tell you that if you want to fulfill that painting where you have imagined yourself as a very successful IPA or a chief executive of a company, if you want to do that, of course you can be. There's no doing about it. You most certainly can be. I have full confidence in you guys. You can and you will. Take my word for it. But also take my word for it that you are not going to get there unless you make it get there. Unless you are accountable to yourself. Forget the parents. Forget everybody else. Be accountable to yourself. When you get into bed at night, before you really slip off into your seat, at least for a minute or two, try and ask yourself that the day that you spend, that particular day that you spend, I somehow catch you to a meeting for morning. I don't know why. I've got this inbuilt radar. You know, somebody told me, I'm the first one to catch it. Don't do it. मैं भूल गया क्या कह रहा था सच्ची भूल गया बोलो मुझसे ना उससे पहले क्या कह रहा था That was this side. Before I moved to that side and before I found somebody in my radar started clicking, what was I saying? Yes! तो आप भी सो रहे थे? सो रहे थे? चादर तान के सो रहे थे मियाँ? हाँ? ऐसे थोड़ी करते हैं? मैं आपसे कह रहा था कि before you go to bed at night, thank you very much, very kind of you. Before you go to bed at night, ask yourself, कि आज जो दिन निकला है वो प्रोडक्टिव था, वो कंस्ट्रक्टिव था, वो बेनिफिशियल था, and am I proud of that one particular day that you have spent? Answer that question truthfully to yourself. Did I utilize time effectively, constructively? Did I enjoy the day? Enjoy the day ये नहीं कि आप बाहर भेलपुरी खा के आए, पिक्चर देख के आए. हाँ, I really enjoyed myself. That enjoyment is in your spare time, in your छुट्टीज or whatever. This enjoyment should be correlated to what you ought to be doing here in this college. Now I come from last decade. Therefore, if you can answer that question truthfully, and you end up smiling to say, I've lived that day the way I think I should have lived, you'll have no problem. you'll have no problem in your lives. I'll probably come and see you again before your 8th semester is over. Then I'll talk to you again. Then it was बहुत देरी हो जाएगी. I'll have to talk earlier. 4th semester के बाद आना पड़ेगा. तो पूछने कि आप लोगों ने कुछ किया कि नहीं इसके कंस्ट्रक्टिव. वो पिक्चर का क्या हाल है? वो हैवी कि नहीं या बारिश पड़ के सब रंग उड़ गया? Don't let that happen. अगर आपने तस्वीर बनाई है, and I'm sure all of you must have done. I'm sure you pictured yourself where you will be 5 years from now. Have you made it? हाँ सर, मैंने तो सोच लिया था, मैंने तो वो भी डिसाइड कर लिया था किससे शादी करूँगा. I don't mean that. I don't mean that at all. Actually, no harm. It's all right. But please give preference to Please give that your be-all and end-all importance and attention. I was told I can't speak more than half an hour. So I think my half an hour is over. आप क्या सोच रहे हैं? कैसे? कोई ऐसी बात नहीं. अरे क्या हमारा पापड़ हो गया. All right, सब चीजें बड़ी पसंद है. So I have scored. Now I can have my coffee. All right. Any questions? Any questions on anything? Anything. Except don't ask me what I was there, what you were wearing yesterday, then I won't go there. Yes, miss. What's your question?
Have you said that girls should not wear solitaires while going for a placement? Why have you asked that girls should not wear solitaires while going for a placement?
Why I said that? All right. I'll tell you. 1999, 2000 batch, Symbiosis, Institute of International Business. One of my students, who was absolutely brilliant, she was one of the top 3 students in that batch. All right? She went for day 1 something, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. Never got selected. Nobody even gave her a second chance. Though they asked her questions, though they got into at least an hour-long interview every time she went in. I'm forgetting her name. She came from a very well-to-do family. For each of her interviews, she wore a very fine Kota-Korea sari. I still remember that. And she always wore solitaire. अब आप बताइए मेरे को कि अगर मैं आपको उन दिनों में, if I was offering you a salary of say 3 lakhs, 2000 में I think 3 lakh, 3.5 lakh was all mine. Each one of them felt that if this girl can wear such expensive earrings, I don't think she should want. 6 महीने में छोड़ के साल भर में छोड़ के what are we going to do with it? So as a company, they didn't want to invest in her training because they knew she would stay. Her domain was research. She came to me after every round. I asked her what she was asked and I asked her how she replied. There was nothing wrong. There was nothing wrong with that girl's answers and I was amazed that she didn't get it. Suddenly it struck me that it could be the solitaire. Next day, Pantaloon was coming in. South Indian girl. I said, just don't wear these solitaires and wear a cotton sari for the school. She barged into my room and said, sir, she headed their research, market research, wing of pantaloons in less than 6 months. She did exceedingly well thereafter. But she was also a girl who could work on her own. She found it very difficult to work in a team. Which pantaloon realized it in 6 months. But they still gave her the job. She was heading their marketing services and marketing research in particular.
Secondly, regarding... Okay, sir. Okay, thanks a lot. Regarding the second thing, you gave a lot of emphasis on communication skills. Can you please share us some important points which we have to, take care while regarding the communication skills?
What does communication mean? Can anybody answer that question? What does the term communication mean? Am I commuting with you? Am I talking to you? Is that a communication? It is. Sign language is communication? Is it communication? How often in 24 hours do you communicate? How many hours in a day do you communicate? 24 hours. 16 hours you communicate. Alright. Yes. How many hours do you communicate? Yeah. Machhar ho raha tha, you raise your hand to answer it. Oh. Every time I ask somebody a question, a student, he would always say, me sir? I said, yes, you. He always thought I was asking the person behind him. One day in IIM, I was talking to a group of students and I asked a student, I said, yes, what's the answer? So he looked back. He was sitting in the last row, piche diwar. So usne haath uthaya tha, I thought he answered and I said, yes, no. He said, no. Alright, how often do you communicate? 16. How often do you communicate? Sorry? You communicate. I'm sorry? Can I shake your hand? Your name is? Bitul. Yeah, again a different name. Okay, brilliant. जब आप सोती हैं, you don't communicate. Suddenly ठंड लगती है, तो कौन बोलता है कि आप उठ के कंबल पहनिए? ये बोलता है ना? Then how can you say you communicate? So for the rest of the 8 hours, your brain dead. Hello, Mia ji. आप भी को 16 घंटे बोले थे. Are you brain dead for those 8 hours? You communicate 24 hours in a day, for God's sake, wake up. There are only 2 kinds of people who don't communicate 24 hours. एक तो पागल और दूसरा सेज. सेज जानते हैं क्या होगा? साधु, पहुंचे हुए, माले वाले. They can control their thinking, they can control their brains and their minds. The rest of us, lesser mortals, we communicate 24 hours. Agree or disagree?
Sir, for keeping us so very excited this afternoon. You heard him express, now you need to cull from that, you need to draw from that the 3 or 4 golden things that he really asked you to keep for yourselves, because he was connecting you as you stand or sit today to who you want yourselves to be in that colorful backdrop, which is who you're going to be 4 years from now, 10 years from now. So a lot of things are going to be important. He's demonstrated to you, not just talked about it, but demonstrated to you the importance of a few of those things. keep those in the back of the mind as you go through these 4 years of BTech education here. There will be lots of such interesting tips that you will get from people with this kind of wisdom. But today we were here to listen to him, and we have to thank him for sparing his time and being with us today. Prof.
Very renowned college of Rajasthan, and I have completed my FCS course, Fellowship in Critical Society, under Dr. Narendra Rungta from Rungta Hospital, and I have completed a diploma in diabetic mellitus type 2 under Dr. Shailesh Loda, and I have completed a diploma in orthopedic department, including non-surgical all procedure from Fortis Hospital की सुपरवाइजर भी है। फीमेल की कोई पर्सनल प्रॉब्लम उससे रिलेटेड वो सॉर्ट आउट करेगी। उनके अलावा बॉयज़ को किसी भी लेवल पे एनी टाइम रात की 12 बजे हो, 2 बजे हो, 4 बजे हो, अगर इमरजेंसी होगी वो किसी भी टाइम आके हम उन्हें ऑन द बेड साइड देखेंगे किस तरह की प्रॉब्लम आए, और अगर हमें लगे उसे कहीं और सेटअप एडवाइस है कहीं किसी सिटी हॉस्पिटल में शिफ्ट करना है, तो हमारे पास 2 एम्बुलेंस है, एक वेल इक्विप्ड मॉडर्न इंस्ट्रूमेंट के साथ सेटअप है जो आप अभी बाहर देख रहे होंगे, और एक छोटी एम्बुलेंस है जो आपके कभी कोई टेस्ट वेस्ट कराना हो, कभी कोई इमरजेंसी टेस्ट कराना हो उसके लिए है वो। बस इससे ज़्यादा आपका टाइम नहीं लूँगा मैं, आप काफ़ी देर से बोर हो रहे हैं।
To tell us more about the foreign opportunities that we have in this college, Mr. Ayush Kumar.
Final year, so I'm not here from outside, I'm like from this college only. So today I got this opportunity. Gurti sir told me today to share some of my experience which I had for last 3 years, and some experience which I had when I went to Europe for 3 months. But before that, actually there is some problem with the laptop, so he will be bringing some pen drive, and then I will show you some PPTs and some informations regarding which will help you to decide something. Anyway, now I would like to ask you, how many of you regret that you didn't make to IIT? Please be honest. No, I mean only Y13, not Y12. Oh, large number of hands. Why? I mean anyone can tell. So now he will take some time, so I think I can come to you personally and ask what's the reason. I mean, what are the things that you are missing in LNMIIT that you would have got if you would have joined the IIT, the brand name. But still, we all are here to make it LNMIIT as a brand name, and now you as a younger generation of LNMIIT can make it though, I believe it. We are working on it, you all joining us, so we all can make it to a brand. So I think the time which he will take to bring the PD, I think I can come to you and ask you what's the reason that you are regretting that you didn't make it to IT. Though everyone regrets at first, but I don't think there is a big issue that you should, because now you are at LNMIIT, so I think you should be satisfied with what you have, and you should utilize the opportunity which you are going to get in LNMIIT. So okay, I have your question. Anyone else?
A student also will have some achieve. It is compulsory that students have achieved some credit from the other branch also, and from the extracurricular activities also give at least few credit. I don't say about so much credit, sir, but sir, 2 credits. Yes, sir, 2 credits for the extracurricular activities. Yes, sir.
Should be encouraged for management, extracurricular other than the engineering, right? After that we did, right? Okay. Any more questions? Anyone else? Okay.
The tag is enough to say why I want to go to IT. Really?
this side. Well, I found large number of hands, but now I am saying that only 5-6 students are raising their hand and forwarding their doubts. I mean, if you have something, then you can really tell me, because that's going to clear your doubts. Then you will have at least a sound sleep at night. You won't regret that you are at LNMIIT, right? Because right now, after 3 years, I am cherishing it. I am thinking I am lucky enough that I got LNMIIT. Initially, when I was in first year, I was also thinking, oh, I didn't make it to IIT. What I will do now? What my future will be? Am I going to do something like IITians do? Because there is a question in everyone's mind. Like IITians are like, oh, I mean, you can feel what I am trying to say, right? Because there are something which we can feel only. We can't express it with our words. So the same thing I am trying to do. But frankly telling you, there is nothing like that. Well, he said, there we will get quality, we can do some quality work. Then the guy behind him, he said that we must be encouraged for some management kind of thing or some extracurricular activity, sports and all. Okay. I think we are satisfying all the two things. Don't you think? You must have seen the poster in academic blog that the CEOs from our college, right? The guys who are working, our seniors, alumni who are there in the top IIMs. I think you all must have seen that.